never looked up a pineapple filter. Maybe there's a pineapple pizza filter.
I think you should.
There probably is. There's got to be.
More people will gravitate to your face with the pineapple than without.
Oh my god.
Give me a good wink. Oh my god.
It's a pizza wink.
It is a pizza wink. It's a pizza wink. Can't laugh this hard on a Monday, dude. It's a Monday.
I don't even know what's happening.
It's wrong to laugh this much on a Monday.
What happened to my? I don't want them to see my face. I need my sunglasses. Where did I put them? It's over, dude.
Wait, do you say glass? Can pizzas wear glass?
What?
Holy crap. This is too much. I can't deal with this. Which face do I look at? Wait, why does the other face not have a face?
How many
winks? The pineapple. Dude, there's a pineapple left out.
I know. I see it.
It'd be funny if I could be that pineapple.
Oh. Boo! I'm sorry.
You have
this isn't
you have
right
a pineapple
for
on or a pepperoni on your cheek.
That's just me. It's all me.
Oh.
All right, morning. Enough of this.
Yeah.
Pizza for all. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a good night. I had a decent night.
I had a great night, yeah. Dude, I watched the movie Ambulance.
Oh.
Made by Michael Bay. Lots of lens flares. Lots of camera panning.
And
shots. Yeah. No, it was really good. If you have a chance, you should watch it.
On what streaming service would this be?
I think we rented it on Apple. Yeah.
I have access to an Apple.
One Apple?
Yep. I bite into it and I will find the ambulance.
Just be careful not to bite into the ambulance.
Right.
Dude, Marble Fest?
Yeah.
That was hype, man. Holy cow.
Yeah.
I think we broke some records for us.
We definitely broke some records. I had a blast. It's always a blast. I always cry when I'm like, it's like 1 or 2 a.m. I think I fell asleep during Dad and John. Yeah. Set my alarm for 3 p.m. or whatever to try to catch, a little bit along the way or whatever. I just turned my alarm off in my sleep. It's like, no. But yeah, I hate that moment where I'm like falling asleep. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Because I love seeing everyone's segment.
Yeah, it's tough. It makes me think, but then immediately I counteract that thought with the globalness of marbles, right? It's like it makes me think to break up Marble Fest, separate it to 2 days or something. But then you take into account marbles is global and people play from around the world and people chime in at their own times, right?
Yeah.
So us doing that actually goes against that idea. So it's just a damned if you
there's
do,
definitely
just
right, the natural downtimes of Twitch or whatever, but what are you gonna do? Because there are people all around the world that are tuning in still. It's not like people aren't tuning in.
Yeah, it's just less, right? It's less of a demographic from there.
It's I think the continuous thing is just great to, I don't know.
Oh, for sure. No, it's just so awesome to watch it all play out, and then you wake up in the morning, it's still going, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There is that feel bad though, like I was talking about, just you gotta sleep. I gotta sleep. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know about everybody else. Some people stay up through the whole thing. It's insane, but it's like, damn. But that's life.
That is life.
Yeah, man.
So where are we going to start today?
I don't know. Where you guys want to start today?
We asked for some triggering questions.
Yeah, Pixel said trigger me today.
I'm not sure if anybody will be able to, but maybe.
We'll see. We talked a lot. I mean, I kind of mentioned a lot of stuff that was coming next season. A lot of new stuff.
There is a lot.
Small changes anyway, like to structural stuff. Tilted. And the 3 week on, 1 week off. That should be interesting.
Yep.
Everyone's always antsy during the off season for 2 or 3 days. You know, I think, or do you think that's just like what people like? Obviously, everybody loves playing during the season and whatnot, but do you think it's just like this kind of like a Marble meme type of like, this is what we do during the off season? It's like, oh, what are we gonna do? Like, there's nothing to do, you know, kind of like a joking thing. But I think people really do enjoy the time off, like, especially grinders.
For sure. For sure. I mean, so much work goes into the season, regardless of like whether you're a streamer, racer, tilter. It doesn't matter, right? Like, I don't know, streamers are not tilters apparently.
They're not. No.
But yeah, everybody puts in their time, and it's just like the off season probably has positives and negative impacts to the ecosystem, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if it allows people to disconnect, maybe play some other games that come out, and then pop back in for the next season, I think that's probably healthier. Or even if they just want to disconnect from Twitch for a while. I mean, as we know, from the streamer point of view, that's probably a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, to each his own, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Some people need to get away from it. Oh, she brought me my glasses. That's okay. They already saw my eyes. Yeah.
I also wonder if the off season is a good time for like newer folks to pop into marbles and then not have the grinders pop in as much. And I don't even know if that's good or bad, but maybe they could just like settle into marbles at their own pace during an off season. Just random thoughts, really.
No, I think I thought about that before, like when we were talking about it. Like, it'll be easier for newer people to get involved, like during the season, maybe because of a longer off season. So if people are out there marbling and like talking about the new season coming up, or you know, you still see the stats after the races, right? And it says season is disabled, so people might be questioning what the heck's going on. And since it's not like in the middle of a season, I think people might be more likely to be like, maybe I'll try this out. Like 3 weeks, okay.
And it might even just be like partial marketing too, right? If it's there for like a week, people are like, oh, what's the season disabled thing? There's a season?
or maybe it changes from season disabled to like next season begins, and then the date.
Yeah, that would
probably entice people more. I don't know.
I mean, that would probably be more positive than negative.
Right. I don't think season disabled is negative. It's just like it's not enough info. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just very blatant, just like blah. I think the reason we do that is because it's that verbiage is used in multiple places, not just when a season is actually disabled. Yeah.
Yeah. Something to think about, I guess.
Yeah, we got a lot. Like, there's 4 new tiles in Tilted now. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be so crazy. Yeah, that's so cool. I love that Guru's building them out. Like now he's got. I think he's got 6 tiles in the game.
Crazy.
They did.
What a jerk.
So it's like. You know what? Like that's so cool too. Is like seeing somebody from the community who spent so much time playing marbles.
Yeah.
And then hop into the team and just like it's like wow. Like I love that. I love that about the team members is that everybody's kind of like walked into the game and at like kind of from being involved.
Yeah.
Right?
Not just coming from like an outside source of like, oh, I've been a community manager for this game, so sign me up over here. It just kind of like happened because and that's what you like about it too. You want people on your team to like be involved in the game and not just like or involved in like the ecosystem of Twitch as well, and like
Yeah.
whatever. Just so
It
they're
brings
not
so much value as
unaware.
like a member of the team. Like
Yeah.
there's so much value because when you're when you're designing or working on something and you could bring context to the matter, it's so important, right? Otherwise, it's like somebody on the team has to explain why something's done. But if somebody already understands that, you skip all that wasted conversation.
Yeah.
And you get right to the stuff that matters.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, we got all those changes coming to Tilted. I think this season will be frustrating for Tilters because the output will probably be much less, right? Because you're dealing with less levels per difficulty, and you're probably reaching the end of where you can, like, the end of your skill level faster. So then that'll cause you to either reset or stop playing, right? So that might have positive impacts to play, like to the actual enjoyment of the game. But the people who chase leaderboard or even just chase XP, it might be frustrating this next season. I would assume.
We'll see.
But,
I don't know. I can't put my finger on that right now just because, yeah, I don't know, man.
What do you think?
Because I think you're cutting out levels so you'll be able to get to those higher point levels faster. I know there's a bunch of new tiles and stuff, so that's going to definitely make it tough because we saw what happened with the S piece. That, you know, it took, like, that hurt because people are learning a new piece, so there's going to be a bunch of new pieces. But, yeah, I don't know. I think, cutting out those early experience levels could potentially boost it, even though you don't have as many levels where it's, like, higher experience saving balls or whatever, but you'll be able to get to that point faster. So, I mean, I don't know. That's why I don't want to, I mean, maybe it'll be harder. I think the hard part will be all the new tiles, but I think getting to those higher payout levels faster is going to be beneficial. So it might just balance out. But it also depends how fast you're cranking too, because, you know, not everybody just wants to be like, you also want to get balls in so you can save them if you're going for experience, or if you're going for, experience. So, like, you know, you don't want to necessarily crank it too hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the new tiles are really going to just probably make it hurt.
Well, it's going to, like, the entire, like, I've also changed some, like, progression, so like where things show up, some of the older tiles, like where they show up in the levels. So it's going to shake up all the seeds. No seed is going to be the same, so that'll have an impact as well. So I think, like, it's just this next season is going to be wild.
You just have to have it's almost like a fresh mega start. Ball control.
Yeah,
no matter what the situation. You just have to be able to handle whatever mix up, whatever tile combo that hits you.
Yeah.
New tiles are fun. Good.
Yeah. I mean, Tilted's got, now with that change, I think there's 41 unique middle tiles that are in the system. So that means there's a lot of diversity that's in there.
I feel like you're never going to run into the same, like, 3 tiles in a row or something.
Yeah, it's going to take longer to hit that. And then going forward, like, we still plan to pump out more tiles every season still.
Christ.
So that'll be good. Yeah, man.
It's great. It's great. I'm just scared, man. I'm scared. But it's gonna completely change Tilted. Like, it's gonna completely change it because it's just gonna be this, what the heck's gonna happen this time, like every time, as opposed to being more like, okay, I know I've seen this a lot. So it's like you're gonna have to adapt on the fly, kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you practice that? Ball control. Just straight up ball control.
And then no major changes to the season. I'm trying to get a new piece into the builder. Like more physics pieces. So, you know, the cubes, one of the things I like about the cubes is the physics implementation of it. But it just turns, like, it breaks, right? Mm-hmm. But what if the cube didn't break and the marbles just pushed them? So they're like physics.
Oh, I see.
Enabled objects.
Like the companion cube.
Yes.
Where it doesn't break. You just, like, it's just getting shoved around.
So we can give it like a couple of those. That's what I'm trying to get done.
I like that.
Yeah. So I should add some new feel to the builder.
Nice.
To the racing. And then, yeah. And then, there's a bunch of back-end changes. Man, we've been chasing this like Android bug for so long. The crashing for Android.
Damn.
And our reporting system is like, it's like half broken for some of the devices. So we're not getting all the information from the crashes. So we've been implementing the different, like we have 3 different programs now that we're playing around with to swap it out to try and get the reporting back up and running. So that's like what's been going on in the background a little bit over the past couple weeks. It's like there's always something. There's always something, some weird new bug or problem that comes up. It's like, man, this is gonna set us back a couple weeks.
Damn. What can you do? Power through.
Yeah, just keep pushing forward, right? Yeah, like that's the thing. That's software development. That's like what I'm learning is just software is just, there's always gonna be something. There's always a device that comes into the mix and shakes things up, right?
Yep.
Or an update or whatever.
Yep.
So, yeah, we got that. And then, we got. What do you think about that? The big ball. The big ball.
The race.
Track.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big balls are amazing,
dude.
What's with the was that supposed to be like where it just explodes? I mean, obviously it was just. Yeah, but that was great when they all did that. I don't even know.
Yeah, so that track is designed to. It's supposed to max out at 100 marbles, because it's like we're gonna put in this season just for you guys to play around with and put some balls on the track basically and test it, but it's not going to be in the game. That's not the intent. But the big ball racing is a very interesting, like it makes me think more about the visualization of the game, right? And should we scale everything up, right?
The intros are rough. I mean, I guess they were all piled up.
Yeah, they're all piled up. That's why it looked like crap.
Yeah,
that's the problem there.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it really opens my eye to things.
Yeah, I think yeah. It's so interesting too how big of a difference just the size of the ball makes.
Yeah.
And like big ball battles would be amazing. Would be so good because you could see the balls more when you're like zoomed out, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it's like when you see like a couple large ones on the map, right? Mm-hmm. Like on BRs, and then you're like, oh.
Right.
You can see what the hell it is.
Yeah, see what's happening.
But that means like everything just has to get bigger, and then what?
Right.
How does that change everything? We could play around with it though. We're setting like everything's getting like really compartmentalized in the build, so we can start doing some fun stuff.
Do you think it's something that you'd like want to put across the board, or like just make it for a few things?
Well, that's what I was just saying is like, what would happen if we just scaled up the entire game, right? Now that would change physics because size does impact mass and the gravity and everything. So we'd have to play around with numbers to get that same feel of racing. That's one thing that would be scary is like, click that button, everything's going to change. But here's another thing is that we've been playing around with Unreal 5 and the physics are totally different in it. So that might be an opportunity for us to change everything. But then that brings into the question, if we're changing everything, should we just go Marbles 2 and leave Marbles 1 for those who enjoy it? Or do we just evolve it like kind of Overwatch 2 is doing, right? Overwatch 2 is just moving forward and making all those changes. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't have a opinion on that. I don't know. I don't think it would matter really for me. But what would be the like? Why not leave marbles and make something completely new? Like what would make like what's the choice on either end? I guess like why would you want to evolve it, and then why would you want to leave one behind? I guess. Well, I mean for the people
go back
who
to
like
my original, like what I used to always talk about is like why do games go to number 2, right? And like what's the benefits of actually evolving the product versus leaving a product behind and creating a new one? Right? Like, what are we getting out of that? And what are we telling the community if we do that? Are we splitting everybody? Are we going to have 2 leaderboards? Or, like, how's that going to work? So there's just, like, so many things to take into account. It's like, why move forward with a new product and leave the old one behind? As opposed to evolving the current one like we always have. Now, I think there's an argument for hardware. of if we go to Unreal 5, it will cut out hardware. Like it will impact hardware that like older hardware that can't be used anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we know what happened the last time we made a big change like that. I think it was from 424 to like 426, I think it was, or something like that. It cut out a bunch of older devices. Now those people can't play until they get a new device or upgrade their hardware, right?
Yeah.
So I don't like that. And thinking about that, it makes me a little bit understand why products do move forward with a new one, because then they could leave the old one behind and allow people to still play who may be out of budget or whatever reason you have for not upgrading, right? So yeah, I definitely understand more perspectives to that matter now. So it's definitely a hard decision
Makes sense.
with that.
Yeah. Good answer.
Thank you.
Do we want to run through some Raws? You guys want to try to trigger us, I guess?
It.
I don't. Pixel wants to be triggered.
Yeah, hit me with some. Well, trigger could be like anything that just like explodes my brain and makes me go off.
Yeah.
Let's set that rule. Let's set the baseline.
I always said, or actually you said it way back in the day, blow my mind with something. And I'll reward you, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, let's set that rule. So anybody, like, if it...
How to blow your mind.
And we'll give
That's
a layer
the real question.
We'll give a layer.
How is
Don't
this
ask a good question if you don't want a layer.
True. How is this for an idea? Have a Marble Fest skin that evolves 13 times, and you earn a base skin in Spoo's first hour and a layer for doing 2 hours with a streamer. So you're basically playing for the coins. And if you miss a streamer, you have a chance of winning a layer in Spoo's closing section. I don't even know if I followed that right.
I think it's saying to use the drops to reward people with the skins. Is that it?
Maybe.
Not 100%.
I think...
I'll just say this, is like, so this season, I think we outputted the most skins ever this season because there's just so many ways to earn it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had the merch, we had playing with everybody, of course, and that's the top 50 or 50 people from each stream. Then we had the drops. Then I was doing extra stuff in the Discord giveaways. So it was just there was just stuff running all the time. And I really enjoyed that. Like, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun for me. So I'm down. I'm down to output more, but I also think that the lower amount of layers is better. I think the 6th layer was a good point. Like, it felt good. Too. People were able to reach it. We were starting to see completions during the event, which I think is good, right? Because it motivates other people, right? If nobody's getting it, then it's just like you're not showing it off, and it's not getting kind of promoted in its own way. And then if you finish it, then you can just peace out and go to bed or something and chill.
Yeah. I was going to say, I like how it's all the same across the board with all the streamers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can earn a skin in each stream. Like, I wouldn't want, you have to come to my stream to, like, for an extra layer or something, as opposed to, like, everyone having the same deal. Just go to a stream that you can, get to depending on work, time, whatever. Because, some people can't make it to a 9 a.m. Eastern session. Some people can't make it to the noon to 5 session afterwards. So it's like, I would want it to, everyone to have that opportunity at the same thing. And I think that's what Marble Fest provides, That's why it goes for 24 to 30 hours, and it's basically the same across the board. You can win the same prize across the board. That was my first initial thought. I just wouldn't want,
Also, with the drops being global as opposed to it wasn't like for the fest host, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was global, so I think that had a larger impact on the event because it was like promoting through everybody playing marbles and being like, "Yo, it's Marble Fest time," right? Which I really like. Like, the stuff we did with drops is definitely just the start, and with Dust coming, like, once Dust is implemented, I could pump out community coins like crazy, and everybody's gonna want them. because everybody's gonna want dupes.
Yeah.
Like, legit.
Um. Oh, let's talk about speaking of Marble Fest. Let's talk about some of the records, I guess, that were achieved, because we've never had a Marble Fest segment with over 1,000 balls, right? And I think we did this time.
Not 1,000 viewers.
1,000 viewers, right.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask though, when I don't know, who knows? This is just speculation or whatever, but like, do you think it's possible that it would get up to 1,000 balls, and then at that point, what do we do? Just like 1,000 balls get in, kind of like when people do Tilted. It's like, well, 100 balls and
1,000 is challenging, right? Like, what happens there?
Yeah.
What do you do, right? It's a good question. I think. See, personally, I think that's good for the event. It may be frustrating for participants, but I'll give you a little bit more context as to why. Is if you have more than 1,000, you're filling every race, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of those people will go, okay, like it's filling up here. I'll step back on this event and I'll go in the next one. Right? So it might actually be positive.
I'll go get something done. I'll go take a nap or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll go roll with somebody else for a bit, you know.
Yeah. So I do think peak times might be frustrating. So like the 4 p.m.s, right? The 4 p.m.s Eastern. Those events, whoever falls into those time frames, it'll be frustrating because the most people are going to be wanting to play during that time. I still think we're far away from 1,000 balls every race.
Right.
But
I like to
once
think
we get
about
there,
it, though.
it'll be interesting. It'll definitely be interesting. You could even see there's steps we can take. See, I still think like you could enable that setting to force you to have a marbles account. And I'm curious how many people that would cut out. Right? So whatever the reason, it could be bots, it could be just people not understanding and they're just there.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I mean, that would, if it gets to be so large, right? That could just be like a requirement for Marble Fest, just to have an account.
Yeah, just have an account, and then you'll probably trim out like 10%, maybe. Mm-hmm. And then those people who are aware will just get the app or whatever, and the people who aren't will just continue playing and not entering.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll be a challenging time. We'll maybe we'll have to evolve. Maybe they'll have to be like simultaneous streamers where there's two. So now you double the hosts.
Oh, I see.
Right? And then you pick your host that you want to play with. Like, they're not connected events.
Right.
They're just simultaneous. That could be a solution if we do get to that point and we don't want to turn on that setting, right? Mm-hmm. Or like, screw it, let's just roll with it. Mm-hmm. So I personally think it's going to be that would be a great problem to have.
That is a tough thing in this community, and honestly for picking Marble Fest hosts too, because like, you know, just reading some things from chat, like the quality of how many balls, like it's gonna get harder and harder on your system if Marble Fest keeps growing, and like it sucks, man. It sucks that I feel like there can be some really amazing hosts out there, but they just don't have that, you know, they don't have the right machinery to put on a good show for one of the Marble event, you know what I mean? And, you know, sometimes it still happens because the hosts aren't used to having that many balls or whatever. So like, I mean, it's every Marble Fest, right? There's a couple of hosts that might deal with a little bit of lag just because it's like, it's so big and they don't, you know, whatever. They're not used to it, or their system's not used to it, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's definitely a challenge for Marbles and for Marble Fest and for, you know, people in general, because equipment's not cheap.
No, it's not. And it's not getting cheaper either.
Yeah.
So,
but
you know, overall, that's probably like another drawback in general to Marbles.
Right.
Right, is the hardware needed to run it.
Yeah. Because
you're also streaming. So you probably want a second PC. So you're like raising the bar of who can actually run Marbles.
Mm-hmm. Well, run Marbles clean, like super clean, I guess.
Yeah. But that's, like, in my opinion, is like, when you're running a visual experience, you kind of want it to be clean, right? Like, your impact, like if you're running like a laggy stream, you're impacting your viewership, you're impacting like your discoverability. You don't get discovered as well, because I wouldn't be surprised if there's something in the algorithm that, because Twitch tracks your bit rate and they tell you when it's in bad standing, right?
Right.
So if that goes into bad standing, I would be willing to say that your discoverability goes down. So if
Makes
you're in the
sense.
red, like, you know, you have that little chart above your stream stats.
Yeah.
Like if that goes into the red or the yellow, guaranteed they pull back and say this isn't a good stream. Like, why would you want to send your viewers, like your traffic, to a stream that's like framey, right? I'm not trying to like disrespect anybody, but it's just
No, yeah.
right.
It sucks.
the same reason, like,
dude, it's
Twitch,
you too, you know, just like throughout the years of me streaming, like how many different internets I've had to deal with and computers and whatever. Like I've dealt with so much of that laggy crap, and games keep getting better and better, and like it's just a constant battle, honestly.
Yeah.
And not a cheap one. So, but yeah, I don't know. I really want, this is my thing. I really want to put on a good show and have nice sound and visuals, and like that's just how it is. It's super important to have that stuff as someone who's trying to put on a show, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I wanted to bring that up because it can just be, I don't know. It's rough out there in the.
It is rough. It is.
Like, it definitely holds things back. Holds some streamers back, holds marbles back, potentially, So.
Being aware with the technical side of streaming is important to a level that I don't think a lot of people understand. And all it would take is like 12 hours of watch some YouTube videos. Like, the information's out there. Just a lot of people don't really know what to look for. They don't know what the problem is, right? So it's like, oh, I'm lagging. Oh, it must be my internet. It must be my PC. But there's things you can do to tune up your PC to run optimally for what you're doing, right? Regardless of whether it's marbles, even face rig. Face rig runs really heavy on certain PCs, right? So understanding that, just understanding these little things like Capagen. Capagen destroys your face off unless it's running on Stream Elements.
Yeah.
Like, that'll just melt. That'll not only melt your PC if it's running on your PC, it'll also melt your bit rate, because if you have enough of them and your bit rate's running at like a lower level, you're just going to go pixelated. And those are things that most streamers don't really know is happening, because most streamers don't watch the output of their own stream. They'll watch OBS. You're not really watching the output, right?
Yeah.
So all these things come into account, and like, this is why we do the classes in Discord, because it's so important to know these things. And we used to talk about it so much, but I find we talk about it less nowadays, the simple stuff.
Yeah.
Probably because it's not on the forefront of our minds.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so true how some little, like, small little thing, even just like your mic sound or, whatever. Clickety clackities of the keyboard, if people are hearing that all the time or whatever, or you're clicking of the mouse. Those little things are super important.
People don't realize it, how penetrating those sounds can be to the ear, because people will be like, oh, well, it doesn't bother me when I'm clicking it, right? And I understand that. But when that comes through a stream, you need to understand how that's translated and how it's compressed, and how you don't get that same dynamic range that you might be hearing yourself.
Right.
You're just hearing, right? Like, it's just coming through as like a little needle into your ear.
Right.
And if somebody's wearing headphones, like, you're done. But people don't take that into account because they're like, it's fine for me. Right?
Yeah.
Because you just don't think.
All right, we're ranting. Let's pop through this. In 25 minutes, okay. This is a trigger question. Oh. Can I put ranch on your pizza face? Oh, that was from a while ago because I had pizza face. I'm okay with ranch on pizza.
I'm down for ranch. I'd dip some ranch.
I'm a ranch
dip the ranch
boy.
in the pizza.
Now, would you chug 12 ounces of ranch?
No.
For NFT?
Well, I thought we weren't going to talk about NFTs today.
I know. Shh, quiet. Shh.
Wait, can I do the...
Yeah, do the face. Wait. Should we bring the shaking one back? Or do you think that one's
No,
good?
this one's
Solid.
it's top notch.
Okay. The art on it is impeccable. I don't know how that artist really drew those eyes so perfectly. I think 1 week off season is good because the people grind so much. They could use the break. Maybe during the off season there could be 1 or 2 off season events so it's not too boring for the people. Marbles is never boring.
Can I just point something out in that wording that triggered me?
Okay. Oh.
Why is it they and not we? Are you speaking on behalf of grinders, or are you a grinder speaking on behalf of grinders? I think that's so important. Like, I think those opinions should come from a we standpoint.
Makes sense.
We feel like it would be good. Like, it just adds more value to that statement.
Makes sense.
So yeah, you want to win a skin because you triggered me?
That's CSAS Meta.
There you go.
CSAS, you triggered Pixel. But I think, but no. So I'm gonna pick this apart too.
Yeah.
So CSAS Meta, I wouldn't say is necessarily a grinder, right? I play a lot of marbles, but not necessarily a grinder. So they are speaking on behalf of the grinders. So that's like what you're saying, right?
Right.
So what do the grinders say?
What do the grinders say?
Screw 1 week off. We want to keep grinding. Woo!
Turn the season back on. Who wants an off season? No, I agree. Like I think off seasons are going to be great. I think it'll be interesting to see the week-long stint and how that works, right? Will we So okay, here's a really good one. The Gooch Spot is running, if you didn't get banned, was running a season. What was your GML? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. He's running the GML, right? He was running that last night. And it's like more people could do something like that in the off season,
right?
With a longer period of time, and they could plan something bigger out.
That's what I'm excited for, to see like what people do with that time. Honestly,
yeah. And by the way, Gooch Spot was banned for something that I don't think he should have been banned for.
I think somebody put something in the Raws for that, so we'll get to it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Pixel will give 1 week off so he can go on vacation.
Me?
Yeah. Pixel doesn't take vacations. Me?
I literally don't take vacations. Although I want to soon, maybe like a 2-weeker. But yeah, it's I love doing this. So,
what's your favorite thing about season 33, and what's your favorite pizza? It's not season 33 hasn't happened, I know, but like I don't know what. That's the question. That's
Tilted. I'm excited to watch Tilted explode.
And I am too, actually. Tilted excites me. I'm always excited to see what the bundle is too. The bundle's always good.
I don't even know what's in the bundle. I haven't looked at any of the assets yet. I know some of them, but yeah, I don't know what everything is.
Did you say pineapple?
You said pineapple, dude. You literally said...
What's your favorite pizza?
Something about what's your favorite thing in season 33 and what's my favorite pizza.
Yeah.
Do I have to answer what? You want me? What's my favorite pizza?
Yeah, that's the question. It's not my question.
Oh, that's in the. I thought
that's
you
in the
added
question.
That.
Yeah. No.
I was like, what kind of random question is that? You can't just double up questions like that.
It's true.
I mean, like a common for me. I'm pretty simple. Like I like the deluxe, which is just like it's got a couple meats and like peppers.
Good mix.
I just find it like they usually come like nice, well cooked, like.
Yeah, true.
No problems, yeah. They got some heartiness to it, you know? It's not just a pepperoni slice.
So, but not like garbage pizza? You know,
garbage pizza.
It's just like everything. Not necessarily everything, but all the classic ingredients, sausage, pepperoni, olives, peppers, onions, like it's got basically everything on it.
Those I used to like when I was younger, but now... I think it's just I'm boomer.
It is a lot. It is a lot. I like, at most maybe 3, maybe 4 toppings for me.
Yeah, dude.
Apart from cheese.
Yeah. Like I feel bloated. Like it's straight up just boomer reasons, man. Like I feel bloated.
The heartburn kicks in. Your hair just starts falling out. Oh no, I took a bite of pizza in my hair.
What's going on here? Just aging in the moment. It's like
I ate a slice of pizza and broke my hip. Can we replace tilting with pachinko? Ha.
Dude. Ha. Okay. Who asked pachinko?
Jamie Ellis.
You win.
Jamie Ellis wins the first pachinko that was brought up. Dude,
pachinko. I freaking love pachinko. I want it back. I want it back so bad. Yeah. Like to a level I think even you guys don't even understand. Like I loved just having it up on the side and just watching it and then engaging with it every so often. Just like watching everybody mess with each other and the tournament, like everything about it. It was just like
it's like an interactive screensaver on the side, right? And just like, what up? While you're doing other stuff.
It's not. Maybe like, but like it's
like human interaction too, not just
like the community part of it is the part that I liked. Like the stuff going on the screen was great and it showed off the marbles and everything, but it's like
but that helps so much, man, having that visual there too.
Well, of course, but like the way
it's fun to look at, even if you're not playing in it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, that whole mix, of it looks nice. There's competition. There's community. There's fun little things. Like it's a good, yeah.
So yeah, I've had thoughts about that, and then like, should we just build it into the arcade, or just stay its own thing, or like. Maybe I would love for everybody to be able to run it, but everybody sees the same thing. I think that would be optimal, but
that would be great.
It's extremely challenging to achieve that.
I'm sure.
But yeah, dude, like, and then even my brain goes into La La Land with that idea of like, there was one idea I had of like, you take the screen because you have like a 1920 by 1080 essentially, right? Like your standard size. And you make like a side view of a level, but not like a marble racing level, but like an obstacle course. So if you think of it like almost like there's like 3 layers and it's like a run. So everybody starts here, and when you spawn in, your marble goes and then hops, and then you can use the redeems to like jump obstacles and stuff.
Platformer type thing.
Yeah, and then it goes to that level. Like I was building that idea out in my brain. Like there's so many directions to go with that idea. Of pachinko and what it does, and the way that marbles works with the customizations and you can just build everything out and it creates this unique experience every time. And that's why pachinko, that idea, mentioning it triggers me so much, because we can go so far with that.
Yes. Real quick though, just gotta do this. Look at my eyes. What is going on?
Is that Paper Pixel?
This is Paper Pixel. Paper Pixel. All right. Paul Gooch, the Gooch Spot streams. Yes. With Gooch being banned for his surname, seemingly automated.
Is that for one? Is that confirmed? Like, is that the reason?
Yeah. Hold on. I can find out. Yeah. Because he sent me the screenshot.
Of like their thing.
Yeah, which says you've been logged out and a community guidelines warning has been applied to your account. The next time you log in, you will be required to create a new username before you can regain access to your account. Where else do you think we will see these sort of issues in the community, emotes, badges, content on stream?
Number one, I want to preface everything we're going to talk about here as like, there's a way to fight this, and it's not raging on Twitter. Like, if we're going to, as a community, do
I like them. Did you see the meme I made? I like that meme.
Oh, no, they're great, dude. They're great. But if we want to actually address this issue, I think it's the best thing to do is to create a thread on Twitter of like collected thoughts in a professional form, because the rage will not attract attention.
Definitely.
Like, it won't attract the right attention. And this is so important for a situation like this, because the ban, in my opinion, is completely uncalled for. And the only way to like layer with that is to come in from the professional standpoint. Regardless of what their actions are and how professional they are, we need to act, at least in the marbles community, in the most professional way possible, interacting with that situation. Because if these issues continue to happen, we need to have their ears, and the only way to have their ears is to be professional.
Yeah.
But it sucks, and it doesn't make any sense, in my opinion. Like, I don't get it. Are we just going to start banning everything?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's wild to me. I don't know. I don't know. Like, my name's Spooo, man.
Yeah. I mean, in his situation, that's his last name,
yeah.
right?
That's his name is Paul Gooch, you know?
Yeah. So it's like...
It's got to be the spot, right? It's got to be the spot aspect. Like the G-spot or whatever, you know. Like, you can't talk about the G-spot. So, like, maybe just the Gooch? Or Gooch? Like, maybe he could still change his name and be like, whatever, Twitch. And
I don't know, man.
But he's the Gooch, and that's the spot you hang out. If you want to hang out with the Gooch spot.
I wouldn't change my name. I wouldn't bend. But that's me.
But yeah, he's just going to be banned. I mean, I guess, you know, I don't think... Yeah, right, he's not like 100% streamer. Like, that's not his job, right? But
right. So if you can
he has
ride
a blast
it out,
doing it, so it's like,
yeah,
sucks, man.
But if you could ride it out, be professional, and continue talking about this issue, I think that could do more benefit for this entire situation, not just his, than changing the name, bending to their will, and raging out. So, yeah. I don't know, man.
Not like, Gooch spot.
It makes you question, right? And I think there is a question to be had about the platform in this case, because if this continues to happen, where does it stop, right? Like, your tongue was banned.
That's what I worry about, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Right? And as like,
like it's like a snowball. Like, oh, this person doesn't like this, so we ban it. Oh, that person doesn't like that, we ban it. Oh, these people don't like that, we ban. Until it's like you're just sitting there like,
where does it stop? Yeah, exactly.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. There are no emotes. There is no fun.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's the perception thing, right? If anything can be perceived as like offensive or whatever, or sexual. Yeah,
everything's offensive to something, or like people can you can sexualize anything. So it's like,
yeah. So there's a lot of partners out there in the marble space, and I would understand if at this point you're like, what do I do here? Because this can impact my future.
Yeah.
And if you're really trying to take streaming seriously, even if it's part-time and you're still trying to take it seriously, you're going to question your safety on the platform in terms of your business safety, right? Because you need to think long-term. I'm already thinking about it.
Yep.
Because if it impacts our community, if it impacts our users, I have to be like, yo, like, where's everybody going to go? Is everybody going to leave? Because no matter how powerful Marbles is, or how relevant it is, if people cannot stream and they don't feel safe, they're going to move, with or without us, right? So, yeah, it's something on the top of my mind, and I think it needs to seriously get talked about as much as possible.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's tough, and I know it's going to be tough to get answers, and even like getting, putting in tickets to Twitch will probably you'll probably get copy pasted replies, because they're just that corporate machine that operates, right? We don't know what their plans are. So, yeah. This could be that moment where they just literally drive everybody off their platform. Definitely if the rules aren't being applied like evenly. That's a challenging one, right? If they just like blanket removed every single gasm at the same time, okay, I understand because you
name.
did it. Whatever, yeah. Like,
But like, yeah, but people would just use a different name and like, I don't know.
no, but like maybe like they found all the gasms somehow,
Mm-hmm.
both images and like whatever, and they just figured out, and then it was a
Tony's
blanket ban.
gasm got hit at the same time my tongue got hit, my lick got
Did it?
hit, and his he got it returned manually. I don't know what that means. I need to ask him about like what does that mean? It got returned manually first of all, and then his is like just as bad as mine. I feel like maybe because it's a cartoon, it's not as bad. But like it's literally his face gasming and tongue coming out like
Yeah.
The hell.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, what does
I really don't.
what does the manually thing mean? Because I reached out about my lick and they were just like, oh, we can't provide more insight on this. Err on the side of caution when uploading emotes. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. So they had to look at it and accept it. Oh, I tried that after they took my instant approval away or whatever. I tried uploading the lick again and they disapproved it. So now I have one uploading now. I bet they're like they're just sitting there thinking about it because it's the same emo just with a big TOS bar over it.
But those are the plays that need to be made because it'll help. Like if you actually took snippets of this entire flow, it would be a really great Twitter thread.
True.
And if you verbalized it professionally once again, right?
Yeah.
And just went through the steps and said, what is going on here? What are the rules? Right? Because where do we draw the line? As a community, even us, right? Like as Marbles, everybody in the Marbles community, where do we draw the line? Because I've always tried to adhere to Twitch's rules as best as I can, right? And the way we do events, the way we layer with the community, the skins we put in the game, all that stuff, we technically have to be true to Twitch's TOS as well. And we've always done our best to try and follow their intent. And when their intent isn't clear, we can't provide the best possible content either because we don't know where the line is being drawn.
Right. You don't know when you're going to get slapped and for what.
Yeah. And are we going to cause, like that's another thing, right? Is the game going to cause people to get slapped? Just an oopsie or whatever, right? Or even like the veiny sack, right?
Like other games that play music and DMCA things. Or the veiny sack.
Yeah. So.
But it's got a candy cane, so that saves it. Wait, maybe that makes it worse.
So yeah, we just need to talk about it more as a community and be as professional as we can about it.
Yeah.
But I hope it gets sorted out. I don't like hearing about this situation. I don't think it's positive for anybody.
Yep. Looks like I got a raid. Thanks, guys. We're getting raw out here.
Oh man.
Young Burrow.
The Dingles are
and
here,
I got
dude.
4 years from JoJo and 3 months from Kim. Dang. They're doing the Dingle run. I love it.
It's so good.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. We're just ranting about people getting banned for kind of, I don't know, it's just inconsistent, and I don't know. No, I'm also thinking, like, I bring up the licking ASMR. Like, it's whatever. I'm not against the whole licking ASMR thing, but is it because, like, that's more of a local thing as opposed to my emote being global?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And somebody asked a question the other day, is like, what if, I think it was in your chat, it was like, what if that emote was in your Twitch profile? Would it get
It used to be, yeah.
by that?
Remember? It used to, like, I had it.
So I would be curious. You should try that step, is put it as a profile pic and see if that's impacted. Because then it adds to that thread of, like, what are the rules here? What am I supposed to do? Is it not allowed as an emote? Is it not allowed as a profile pic? Like, how high does that bar go?
Yeah. Damn, I wish I would have just kept it as my previous profile pic, and this happened while it was that profile pic. Oh yeah, how many guys, put all your lick emotes in the chat. Put all your tongue and lick emotes in the chat. Let's see how many are out there. Tony's gasm too, that's out there.
Yeah.
Lick 'em up. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Maybe mine was too real. Dog bombs is real. I mean, live chesses is real. I don't know.
There's so many, dude.
Yeah, and all the gasms and
Look at that one. Look in your face.
yeah.
Oh
What
my
is that?
God.
That's Sunny. I think I saw. I knew about that when I was. Oh, and Yusef. Yeah, with that. Like, I mean, they're cartoons though. Does that make it? I don't know, man. What a mess.
Yeah.
What a mess, dude. Do we just go and like? No, I'm not that type to be like, oh, this is unfair to me, so I'm gonna go report all these other lick emotes. But like, would these all get banned if we all reported them right now? Like, not. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I don't know, dude. It's a challenging situation.
Yeah. The feet stuff, right? Like, people sexualize feet all the time. There's so many feet emotes. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then the combo emote things too. Somebody put it in Sportscast the other night. It was like 2 legs and then a cat in the middle, and that was like licking. It's like what? It's like one a leg
Standardization,
emote that's
man.
just like, oh yeah, they're not gonna do anything bad with a leg emote that's just sticking up. Oh, 2 of them, the other one, yeah, approve that, sure, yeah, no problem. Look, there's John Fearing right there. He might have been the one. Who knows? There's some legs.
Yeah.
Like what?
Also, here's an interesting point. Do we see many Twitch staff in chats much anymore?
No.
Like, I don't see them really anywhere.
They used to
like,
be
even on
around
big
marbles a good
streams.
bit.
Not even marbles, just in general, like everything.
Oh.
I don't see them much at all. Where like when we first started, I would see them a lot more in other channels. And I wonder if even the Twitch staff don't want to be participating in the community because Twitch is perceived so negatively right now. Right? Because if a Twitch staff comes in here, what's your immediately thought? To ask a question about some situation that's happening, right? Like all these things come into play. Like it's really interesting to watch this happen. Like we've been here for 4 years now, right? We've watched these rules kind of evolve over the time. I mean, you've been here way longer. I'm sure you've seen larger changes, maybe. I don't know.
I wasn't really focusing the first couple years.
Yeah.
You know, I was
mean, it's
working
hard,
another
right?
job and just doing my own thing, whatever. I don't know. Didn't take it so seriously.
To ground the conversation a little bit, bring it back to like, I guess our little ecosystem is like paying attention to the ecosystem, right? When you're streaming, like as a streamer, I think that like once you start paying attention to the ecosystem, you start growing. That's
True.
the point where you start really gaining traction as a streamer, is when you start paying attention to the ecosystem, understanding like what's going on.
And you notice what like works and what doesn't work, and
Yeah.
you're aware of the changes happening.
Yeah.
That's the toughest part, right? Because there's constant changes are happening.
Exactly.
It's like you got to stay on top of it. It's like with these, you know, they did release new TOS guidelines on this stuff, and I think that's why a lot of people are getting hit too. Like they just updated it twice in like a month or two.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't be as surprised if they're on a path to cleaning up the platform. I think they're just going about it in a really aggressive way. But maybe what they're doing is trying to target like prominent people in communities, so the message gets propagated, and then people start removing those emotes. I don't know, right? I just don't know if it's I don't know if it's actually going to work, right? Because if you target community leads, I mean that's one thing that you are.
Yeah.
Is a community lead, right? For marbles.
Yeah.
Maybe they said, let's get this message. We know how to target the marbles community. Just hit Spooo, right? Oh, how do we hit the Mercs community or whatever, right? Who's like not Mercs, but somebody below that in the community that can just get, and then the message gets propagated, right? Because usually when these big things come into play, they target the leads who will talk about it, right? Oh, I got hit.
Yeah, it makes
Whatever,
sense.
right?
Yeah. Maybe I was gonna get banned, but I had just raided the Gooch spot, so it happened to him. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's interesting,
Because
right?
he hadn't streamed for a month. This was his first stream back. He was streaming for 2 hours. I rated him about 10 minutes later.
Was it that quick?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was, well, maybe not that quick.
Yeah, because I was there for a bit.
Okay.
But I didn't watch the ban. Like I didn't see it. I just heard
It
about
just
it.
went down at one point.
But yeah, maybe they tracked the tongue. The
It was about
source of the
5
tongue.
races in. So maybe within that hour after the raid.
Dang.
It's noon. I got a bunch of rolls if we want to try to power through.
We can hit like we got 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, okay. How is the points calculated for tilted since the displayed score is not what you get upon a scuff / return to menu?
What is it? Higher or lower? I'm assuming higher that you actually get. That last level, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know.
I'm assuming the last level is outputting some sort of value then that you're getting. Unless it's lower. Is lower? Okay, so then what's probably happening is it's the game's showing something that it shouldn't. It's like showing the level as if it was included, but it should be excluded. So, yeah, I'll make a note to look at that, but it's something to do with that. It's probably the last level is either showing the score that it shouldn't be, or it's like it's adding the score that shouldn't be, or it's removing the score that shouldn't be. Oh, score versus XP. Yeah, those are different. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'll take a note of that and we'll address it. I don't really like. That's probably just a bug.
Makes sense.
Next.
What do you have planned for the open arcade slots? Do you have anything planned?
No. No, we're not really focusing on arcade anymore.
Yeah.
Arcade was like it was an idea to like do things outside of the season structure, but we've just been adding stuff to the system now, like redeems and all this stuff. Who cares? I think it's like we just started just being like, let's just put it in the game. Let's put it where people are playing, right? Why put it in this section that nobody's playing?
True. Marbles Destruction Derby track?
Like Royale?
I guess. Yeah, whenever, because people bring that up, right? They bring up, oh, the Destruction Derby marbles would be cool. And that's what I think. I'm like, well, what? That's Royale, right? So,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I would need to know the difference, but what someone's thinking in terms of that. Approximately how many players got all of the layers of the Snowman Marble Fest Season 28 skin? I believe that had the most layers, the Marble Fest skin with 9. Yeah, I don't think many got it, right?
No.
Yeah. Just a handful.
I don't think
maybe,
many's got any of the big ones. Like, I don't think. Yeah. I don't actually know those numbers. I don't think we've ever pulled them.
Derby, like races with damage. Well, there you go. Races with damage.
Yeah, team damage on.
Like, do people just want cars instead of marbles, maybe? Maybe that's what they
I think
want.
people don't know about team mode. I think that's
true.
a lot. I actually love when people ask these questions and then it's like, yeah, it's in the game. Right? It's like, yeah, just go play. Like somebody was asking about a leaderboard yesterday. I was like, is there a way to like track points and then collect them up and then so I can track like races between sessions? And I was like, yep.
The leaderboard.
Yeah, dude.
Check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, lamp. Yeah, it exists.
Super tiny marble in BR, like a drop that makes your marble tiny or something. It's not a question, but a comment. I like the way the drops were done this last time. Cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What about off-road tracks, like motocross-style lap tracks with jumps, whoop-de-doos, mud pits?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, we're just getting started with laps.
Yeah.
We've got like 4 tracks now, and a fifth one being worked on. Well, that's a private one, but we're gonna learn some stuff from this one. We'll probably use we'll make another one for us.
Nice.
And then yeah, we can play around with motocross ideas, all this stuff. Like whenever you see an idea and you're like, yo, I want more of that idea, chances are it's being thought about. Because we do the same thing. It's like we put something out and it's like, yo, but what if we did this with it? Yeah, it's good. I mean, Canny's a great place to put all this stuff anyways. We read through it when we get openings in the
exclamation
in the
point
flow.
MOS feedback, guys. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, put it on there and just comment on each other, upvote each other's ideas or downvote or whatever. That's the best way to interact with ideas.
Heck yeah. Can we continue point earning incentives for gems? I think Pixel likes it. He was talking about it, but I don't know if it's confirmed of anything.
Yeah. So 122 people got this season's 20K. And I think it had a positive impact. And I want to try lowering it. So I think we're going to hit... I haven't decided yet. It's either 10K for 1 or 2 points. I'm thinking 1, but maybe 2.
1.5.
No, I think it was very positive. I think lots of people talked about it. It got people who maybe, look at the season and go, well, there's no way I'm going to compete with the top 50. But there was even people going for the 20K who didn't reach it, but they tried, right? And I think that's good. So it's like, if we lower it, how would that feel? Is it too much? Are too many people getting gem runs? But in my head, it's like, if it's 10K to get a point, we're not devaluing anybody who's currently grinding, right? Because they'll still get that point.
Yeah.
So, and then it just includes more people into the mix. And then does it get more people into like the
when I think about it, I
grind?
think it's more about like upgrading the gem run, not even getting it to begin with, right? Because there's so much upgrading that can be done. So it's like,
Right.
I have the most upgraded gem run. Check me out, I'm shiny and special, as opposed to someone's just like, I can get 1 point here, 1 point here, 1 point here. It's gonna take them so long to build it up. So I totally agree with I don't think it devalues, because the people who are always, maybe not always, but they're trying every once in a while to get more points, it's going to show. So
I also am curious if some of these people who earned a point or a couple points towards their gem run from the 20K are now like, I wonder if I grind a little bit more, right? Or if I play a little bit more and just get involved more. Yeah. I'm always like on the edge, like with stream interactive gaming and where it's going, just because the emotional side of streaming, it's like I always have these up and down thoughts of like, is this gonna stick or is it not, or is it like a fad or whatever? But overall, I think that the community gaming is really a long-term thing, and the more power we can layer with it, I think this stuff goes really far. So anyway, it just kind of goes back to the thought of like, if we walk people into the ecosystem, I think it's realistic to expect that some of them may get involved more, because they'll realize that it's not just about the grind in the game. It's about the community and the people involved. Like so much more than any other game, really. Right? Like Fortnite and stuff, we play with our friends and
yeah, and I guess still being rewarded for something that's not as much as, the top 50 or whatever. Like, I think you're going to find people enjoy that a lot, because they don't have to grind their faces off, but they know that they could start grinding their faces off. What did I just popped. So yeah, I think that's good. It's like different levels of the grind, kind of.
Yeah. So yeah, I like it. I want to keep building it and see what we could do with it. I think we have over like almost 600 unique people with the gem runs, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's good. I have one. I'm one of those people. Time consistent to the topic of Marble Fest. How would we, which was 40 minutes ago, how would we pair hosts together if we do a duo host situation? Would it be by request? No, I don't think it should be two streams. If you're gonna do a duo host, I think it should be the same stream. Kind of like Dad and John did, or
Yeah.
you know, if you think about Record Hunters, you know, the two guys are on the screen, or anything with like me and Pixel right here doing Raw, like two guys on the same screen, rather than something where it's like two streams combined leaderboards or 25 on one, 25 on that's just, I think, too much. And it'd be better for the show to just have them on the same screen.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing the historical impact of that. If you watch like Record Hunters is a great example of that. They used to switch streams every week, right?
Right. Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, I don't like I don't want to like make that a big negative, but it's like, if you're trying to build a community around something, trying to create a habit across different links, different channels, and different places to look will only take time and spread things thinner, right? So if you're building something, same thing with a dual event or something, if you're splitting between two sources, if you're splitting the eyes, you're just going to like elongate the time it's going to take for you to get traction on what you're building. It's the same thing of like running multiple games, right? Is like, if you're pointing people in multiple different directions when they're coming into your stream, most of those people are going to disappear because you're thinning out the herd and your community isn't growing. You're just thinning them out and creating little pockets, right? And maybe that's something you want, you don't care about. That's fine. Like whatever. It's just something you just got to be aware of. Like when you're building something, if you split the attention, you're going to elongate how long it's going to take you to build to a point that you want. Right?
Right.
It's the same thing, like all the little tips and tricks we've given over the years of like cam on, mic, tune it, tune your visuals. Like all these things have impacts on different people.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's like the things we've talked about. There's certain things you can do that like chewing food with an open mouth on stream is definitely going to push people away more than draw people in. So doing that is probably going to hurt your stream a little bit. Small things like that you just adjust, you know, or even just chewing gum on stream or whatever. You know, I always notice that when I'm not wearing a hoodie and I'm in a shirt and tie or whatever, streams tend to be a little bit more popping. Like it's these small little things truly make an impact. Yeah. Not for everyone, obviously. There's like the Asmon Gold, but his thing is like, I'm a degenerate gamer. Like I sit in my basement or whatever and I game all day and I love it and I talk about all sorts of crazy stuff, whatever. So like, I don't know. I think about things like this, but maybe that, you know, that's just one of those big streamer outlier things. Like not everyone wants to watch someone who's a degenerate gamer. Like, cause he's got a lot of great topics he talks about too. And he gets involved in all sorts of drama and explains things really well. So
I think that's his superpower. That's why he's like so big.
Right.
Like, he's just always communicating. The information's always flowing, and the conversations can go very deep or very surface level and very like immature kind of idea, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's also the mukbangs where people like that is totally what
you
I
like
just
eat as much as you can, right?
Right.
Or something?
So it's like some people want that. Yeah, eat.
But that's people actually building that content, right?
Right.
Like it's about that.
Right. True. Yeah.
And that's the thing is like we have our opinions about things that work and don't work, but that's in our little ecosystem, right? If you want to go somewhere else and build that idea, go for it. But just understand that you're building and you should be in that area, not in another area, right?
Right.
If you're building an arcade stream with 10 games, it might be best to like go to an arcade zone where other streamers are building that kind of community of people not looking for a stream, but they're looking for 10 games to play.
Exactly.
That's why categories are huge. Like if you're playing the wrong category, you're going to grow slower most of the time, right? Obviously there's outliers, but most of the time you're going to grow slower because you're not targeting the right audiences.
Beautiful. It's true. It's like getting involved in the communities you love, right?
Yeah.
That's something I learned early on in my Twitch career or whatever, and like it's helped me so much. Like you really have to enjoy being a part of a community to get that community type feeling. And like you're just, if you're not enjoying the community around the game you love, then it's just not going to help you. It's not going to help you. It's only going to hurt. Thank you for playing with Twitch drops last week. Pixel was working on what? Last week, Pixel, what was working with that working on? Yes, you're welcome. Yes. Thank you for playing with Twitch drops. Yes. You're welcome. There it is. That sentence hurt. That question hurt my brain. What is the point of putting pineapple on pizza? Dude, that's exactly what I'm saying. I guess for some sort of crap taste on your delicious pizza. I mean, it's not a crap taste, but it's crap when they're together. Okay, enough of that. What is the crash button for? To crash the stream. We tested it. I don't even... To crash the game.
Yeah.
That's it, I guess.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you guys, because you guys are funny. It was just testing. Like, we were trying to, like, cause crashes because people were crashing, so we're trying to investigate that problem. And that was the step one, is create a button that crashes. And then when it goes to the build, because we didn't want you guys to be crashing, it just does nothing. So it's just a button that does nothing. And it was like a mistake. It wasn't meant to be visible, but it was. And we're just like, I didn't put pressure on fixing it because I think it's hilarious watching you guys talk about it.
Right. Yep. Loosen a screw in the system and watch what happens. What is this? What is this?
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Marble Fest Spoooble edition? When's that gonna happen? Spoooble Fest? I don't know. When I do 777 races in a row. I've been talking about that. When I have 777 races left to go to the 50,000, I'm doing them all in a row. Just 10-second timers. Just boom,
really?
boom, 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 boom.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn. 777, that'll take like, what, 2.5 days?
With 10-second timers just booming. Like, I'm talking booming. It'll probably take 20 to 30 hours. Over 24 for sure.
Okay. Well, then it's not 20 to 30. It's 24 to 30.
Yeah. It's probably more like 26. It's probably more like 30. Just 30.
Probably gonna be 35.
Probably more than that because me slow-mowing and ranting and being an idiot. Like, I'm screwed. I know it, but I want to try.
No, it'll be great. I'll support it.
Yeah. Tony says about 25 hours. If I'm just booming 10-second timers, even some slow-mo is going to happen. We know this.
It's going to happen, yeah. And then you're going to go to PPP for a while, chase some dunks. Then you're going to turn... You're not going to go 777 straight 10-second timers.
It's going to have to be my 40-hour stream that I'm trying to do. Because my last long one was 39. It's going to be bad.
Oh, shit.
But I think it's a great idea. I want to do it.
Yeah, man. That's a good goal.
We talked about the new stuff for the builder, that cube. You wanna get involved, right?
Yeah.
The unbreakable
There's a
cube.
big rework to the builder, like, ongoing, but it's not being, like, actively worked on right at this moment. So I'm not trying to put too much time into the current builder because we're reworking the entire underlying system. So, like, building new ideas is just a waste. So, yeah. I apologize that the builder is not as good as, like, it's not getting as much content as I want it to get, but it's because there's
the
like
goal
a big
is to make it legendary.
Yeah. And I understand if you don't want to participate. I understand if you feel like the 50 coins is too much per season. That's another thing I got to think about this season was like, do we keep the price the same for the 3 weeks, right? Maybe I'll drop it to 40 or something because of a little change in time.
Yeah.
In the end, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. It's just the system that we have in place. It's our revenue model. But we have the plan to change it. It just has to get done.
Yeah.
But I respect anybody who doesn't want to participate. Like, I understand.
Mm-hmm. When are we getting more random flag drops in the shop rotation? Any info on that?
I don't know.
Just like, yeah.
I got to get Tom to like put a nice texture on it because I'd love to put them into rotation. I don't want to sell them in their current form. It's too logo slapped onto a ball like the old form. And Tom's learned so much magic to do with textures, and we can make it look amazing.
Right.
So yeah, it's just like selling something and putting some respect behind it a little bit, as opposed to
if you made an actual flag modifier, it's like a pole on the flag.
Well, we have the pirate flag, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
We had ideas about expanding that, but that comes to the idea of like needing a UI rework so we can build in multiple textures into one asset. And then, for example, you can maybe change it from like a pirate flag to a country flag or whatever, right?
Right. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome.
Let me try this again. Oh, this is from the earlier. When are we getting the Dev Morbies in the store? Another store question. What, Dev Morbies? Maybe just Morbies in general. They just rotate
Morbies
like
are in
everything
rotation.
else. Yeah.
But Dev Morbies?
Are there any Morbies that you... I'm assuming Morbies that aren't in the shop? Because there was one, I guess, from the bundle. Are there any other ones that were like... I guess that's the only one, right? The bundle?
Well, there's the pet one that was for
oh, right. The pet
humane.
one. Yeah. But yeah, all the other Morbies rotate other than the bundle one and the pet one, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's another one that's... Or maybe they want Dev Morbies to come out.
Yeah, the Marble Fest one was VA.
Oh, dude, that's a good idea. The next... maybe not, but the next Dev Ball, you know, making an evolving Morbi of some sort.
Morbies have a big future.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a comic,
Morbi.
right? There's the comic that JoJo's working on, and we made it into NFTs, and I want to build it into, like, build a website for it to, like, to really build this special system. And then from that, we've been discussing, well, actually, it's like really recent, but we've been discussing this idea for, like, a story mode for Marbles, and building it off of JoJo's comic. To, like, when that comic ends, the story begins. So it wraps in our NFTs into the story, and then the story will be separated. Like, it'll just be in the game. It'll be maybe like a DLC, not an NFT, just a DLC for the game. And then it'll be like where you control the marble and there's story, and like you can go talk to Morbies and meet them and stuff. Like, it's a really long-term idea that just like kind of got recently floated, and like we're really thinking about diversifying this game and just going absolutely mental with it. I mean, we already
go in
have
every direction you can, right? Like, why
dude,
not?
yeah.
And with Morbies, like that's
done.
Morbies. This is great. It's great. It's like a little. They're like little cartoon marble mascots. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, people love them, and there's just so many more directions we can go. Like how we can evolve them and just do fun stuff. But yeah, we're just gonna keep playing and just having a blast.
Possibilities of running a Grand Prix with multiple of the same map.
Probably with the map builder rework, there'll be a lot of rule removals to how you play the game.
I always thought it'd be cool to throw a Royale into a Grand Prix too, or make a Royale Grand Prix.
Throw a tilted level in between there. Why not?
Yeah.
Right? Like, why would that hurt anything?
There's another channel called the Gooch Spot. The O's are zeros. Wow.
Don't hurt my brain anymore, please.
Wait, that was P. Hardy. Does he get a? Did that trigger you?
No, that's just a pain. It's just pain.
Just pain. Okay.
You don't get a skin for causing me pain.
But does the pain trigger you?
No.
Are you upset as much as I am that streamers don't do cleanups, especially during events? Sometimes I miss a cleanup race and need another into tier. I didn't. I saw Susie say, Tony. I saw Susie say, "Spoo's gonna punch you, Tony. Watch out!" But I didn't see why, and now I know why. That was Tony.
I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter anymore, right?
Yeah.
The next Marble Fest will happen.
The goal is Marble Fest during off season now, so, but it's gonna be an ongoing joke. Yeah.
What in the end, what needs to happen is you guys need to stop asking for cleanups. Whether we change the game.
It's just never going to happen. It's just never going to happen. And that's why sometimes I'm like, is it worth ranting about this? It's never going to happen. There's always going to be people asking. There's always going to be people who are capable of maintaining their energy and doing it fine, whatever. But there's always going to be people who are either new and they're not used to doing it yet or whatever, or they don't understand that there's an app, or they just can't straight up figure it out.
Yeah.
There's just always going to be those people. And it's frustrating as hell, as you can tell. I rant about it a lot, but it's like, I think for streamers, if it really bothers you, like it does me sometimes, and not all the time, it doesn't bother me all the time, which is like, it's tough. It's like, oh, do I ask Spooo for cleanups this time? Is he going to freak out? I don't know. I think Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. The end of that.
But we got to end it now.
No. Bezos lets Twitch have a staff allowed to talk in chats. I don't know what that means. Spoo's News just landed a rogue new video about Gooch in your Discord, Spoo. Excellent. Exclamation point Discord, get in my Discord. Has anyone ever made it to level 100 of Tilted? Nope. Do you worry some people might play less because they don't want to ruin their leave / upgrade to another layer? I think so. But I think having like for me, I'm at that point. I know other people are at that point, but I'm like, I still want to move it up. So I've gotten to that point where I'm like, okay, screw it. I want a couple more points, so I'm going to push for it. I don't know.
Oh, it'll play in both directions.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Is there changes to the S piece in Tilted, or just suck it up, Buttercup, and get good? Suck it up, Buttercup. I assume. I don't know.
Yeah, what's the problem with it?
It's hard.
You just can't
That's
figure
it.
it out?
Yeah, suck it up, Buttercup. Sorry, bro. The score threshold for a prize thing is reminding me of early Pachinko, which had a similar conceit at one point. However, in Pachinko's case, it was a prize of PvP coins instead of Gemron points. Cool. I think it's just a comment.
Okay.
Fix my Gemron, says Finish. Fix finishes Gemron. Are we going to be able to buy the old Marble Fest balls? If you need a fix, I don't know what the Gemron thing is, but reach out to somebody if it's real.
Finish? No, Finish is sorted. He
Oh,
knows.
okay.
I talked to him.
Gotcha. Are we going to be
Unless
able
he didn't read what
to
I
buy
said.
the old Marble Fest balls? Probably not buy them, but right? Not buy.
Probably not.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I don't see us re-releasing them because it really devalues the work people put in during the event.
right. But I know we've talked about this. I don't know if it's something you'd still might want to do because we talked about it for like Community Day.
Marble
like,
Fest All Stars.
Yeah, Marble
kind of
Fest
idea?
All Stars. Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
I like that idea. We bring back all the shirts, everything.
Right. Aside from your own, is there an NFT collection with pieces or style that you're fond of?
Just
What NFT, communities do you like, I guess?
Do you want me to be promoting NFTs on your channel?
Just say
specific
two names.
collections?
Just say two names. I don't care.
I like Drippies. Drippies is like
He likes drip.
I-
Yeah. I mean, you've said
and
that
I'll-
before on here.
yeah,
So like,
and I'll explain why. Like, the developer's an artist, and his plans long term are to teach, and I'm very interested in that. That's why.
perfect.
And I got into it, and the Drippies give you access to those classes.
Perfect. Are oranges named oranges because oranges are orange, or oranges named oranges because orange is orange? Exactly. It's orange. It's the best. I think it would be cool to be able to get Marble Fest skins of the past, since I only have been here 3 seasons, but on the other hand, would that take away from the value? It would definitely take away from the value. Like Pixel just said, the work that people put in during the past Marble Fest, And that's one of the things about marbles that's beautiful, is this whole collection thing and the rarity of stuff. And like, some people get things and some people don't. And that's what makes so much of this really special. And like, it does suck to not get something, but that if everybody got everything, I probably wouldn't want to play marbles. Okay, that's it. That's all of them. Heck yeah, guys! Thanks for a great raw. Thanks for all
thanks for
the
coming out,
chatting.
everybody.